told
Okay.
you last meeting, and I totally, I
Starting
found out the day after. That is next Saturday. That was.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yes.
See you later.
Thank you, yes, absolutely.
I think
All these
it was me and
documents,
my little children.
You can make your own, you can use these, everything that we put out there is free for anyone in this country to do whatever it's free for us to use for the campaign efforts and for the movement efforts. So yeah, we're actually gonna have very similar things like this for every week. And you're gonna have this is supposed to be colored with white and blue. So this document is available on Google Documents, available to the public.
I'll make a copy of this. Anybody else want a copy of this? Like, go shit, make.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, I can forward it to them too, because it's in my email, so I can just email it to anyone
We
who
don't
wants
have
it.
time, we don't have email. Okay,
I'll
be right back.
well, you guys weren't here when we read the letter from
No, that's
Bernie,
fine.
right? So
That gate parade.
we'll make sure to email
We
it
have
to you.
somebody to cover that gate parade next Saturday.
Yep, we need to definitely,
Why don't you write
Awesome.
something like that down?
I would be in charge, but I would take as many heads as anybody else who wanted to show up.
Yep.
I have 3 little daughters who are artists, so we're gonna make signs, I'm gonna
Okay.
fact check and make up a flyer and information, I'll just do something like that up on my computer and everyone can figure it out.
Saturday.
It'll be next Saturday.
awesome, yes.
Theory, if the flyer's good enough, we can
See
just
what I mean?
reprint
This
them for
is
all the
how
different events.
Bernie's vision is gonna work. This is what we're doing right now. This is how he wants
Absolutely.
us to do things, not the way, no one gets to self-appoint themselves in charge of the people's movement. This movement belongs to every citizen of this nation.
Can't take liberties.
Have you seen the activist toolkit? It's like the Pro Organization, it's Ralph Nader's toolkit for grassroots activism, and it's super informative, it talks
You have
about
to,
how you might put collations together, how to write, properly write a letter to the editor, is brilliant, we should get some of those books, because I think it'd be really informative and helpful for this. Since we are doing this kind of on the fly, very grassroots.
Absolutely. And then I've also got the space reserved for some Saturdays and some evenings as well. I want to accommodate every kind of person coming from every type of work schedule, from every part of the country, for every part of Montana. They can't make it to this one, but they might be able to make it to another one. So we always want to have people who are knowledgeable with the current information, that are volunteering to help man the space, and people are be coming in here and putting together signs and banners and different, you know, everyone will always have this space throughout the summer. We're working on getting an actual designated Bernie Sanders People's Movement headquarters, but it's gonna take some time, but at least we have the library for the summer. We can also reserve the smaller conference room, so, and it's available anytime the library's open, and they're open 7 days a week, so. But we are definitely gonna be here almost every single Sunday throughout the summer. There's some Saturdays I've got scheduled, I've got some evenings. I need people who can maybe meet some folks and do early birds, because there's people that can only maybe meet us at 6 o'clock in the morning. Somebody else that's a morning person, maybe you guys can meet up at a coffee shop or something and get together and talk, and make sure your friends and your neighbors are being properly informed with the most current and available information that's out there. If we don't know the answer to something, we will help you find the answer for that, but we're not gonna blow smoke up your butt and tell you something that we don't actually know, because that's not how this can work. Everything has to be honest, open, transparent, full disclosure at all times. That's how I think, at least at this point, it's so premature for a lot of the other stuff that's been going on. We're not gonna start a PAC, a PAC right now. We're just concerted citizens that wanna help and contribute to this effort and to this movement in any way we possibly can. And if all that means is you can make some lemonade and some sandwiches for somebody, great, for a group of people getting together. Or maybe someone's got a daycare that they'd be willing to, for some of the parent activists and group organizers, that they can, you know, watch their kids so that they can go out and or bring their kids with them.
Like, I have a teenage daughter, I don't know if anybody else did, but 4 or 5 teenage girls could watch a gaggle of small children, so.
Yep.
I'm just saying, it
Yep.
makes parents more.
Yes, we need to do whatever we can to enable our neighbors to do this very same thing. And they can rally behind whatever issue or whatever group they want to rally behind, as long as we're all working on the same common goal of getting our neighbors educated in what's really happening right now. I've met some people who still haven't even heard of Bernie Sanders, and he is directly fighting for them, for my mom, for me, for your kids. He's fighting, he's been fighting for us for 40 years, and it's our turn to have his back. He's had our back for 40 years, and he's been stonewalled, and there's a reason nobody had heard of Bernie until now. They've done a really good job of stonewalling him, but they're not gonna do it anymore. They can try. We need people to write letters to the editors. We need people to blow those TV and radio stations up with, why aren't you covering this? This is a political revolution. This is history in the making. This needs to be recorded. People have a right to know that Bernie Sanders is within 8 points of Hillary Clinton in Iowa. That's pretty huge. But did anyone know that? Did mainstream media share that with anybody? No, we have to seek that information out for ourselves. And he is dominating social media, but we still need more. And we need, our older community, they have no idea what's going on. A lot of them social media, what's social media? They don't know, they're not on these sites. So, and there are some of our biggest, Bernie's been fighting for them the hardest, people on the fixed income, on Social Security, on disability. He's fighting hardest for these people, so they should be aware that he's out there fighting for them, so they can support him too. And that's what we need. We need volunteers to go out to all these different groups of people and it's not about being in charge, it's about having fun while we're trying to save our planet and make sure our children don't need riot gear and gas masks just to go to school or the grocery store. What's happening right now, these people have proven that they are willing to violate our rights to do whatever it is that they want. And now it's time for us to say, we know what you're doing and you're not gonna do it anymore. We're gonna hold you responsible for your actions. And that's how we're gonna shake it up. And Bernie really needs us to start identifying people within our communities. If you see some kids in school, because this is their movement too, this is why we're here, is because of the kids. And think about all the kids that don't have moms in the world to speak up for them. That's why we're here. And we need to do everything in our power just to make sure that there's a lot of people deliberately putting this information out there. They want us to divide. They don't want us to organize and rally behind Bernie because, oh my God, Bernie might actually win. So they're threatened by him, which is why they're stonewalling him. And even Hillary's been trying to lean a little bit more to the left, but she still can't hide the fact that 2 of her biggest contributors are the exact people that Occupy Wall Street has been fighting against for years. And she lost some pretty big organizations, moms organizations that had always been supporters of Hillary and the Democratic.
People are starting to realize who she's actually getting her money from.
Yep.
And it's scary. I had a young lady ask, she knew who Bernie Sanders is. She had no idea. She was from Montana Conservation Voters. She came knocked on the door. She should, be somewhat aware of what's going on. She's like, that really makes me feel icky, but I don't know who else I would vote for. I was like,
Bernie.
oh, Twitch.
But people don't know about him because
people don't even know his name.
Yep. Who's Bernie Sanders?
Who's Bernie Sanders?
He is the most progressive and the only man in Washington, D.C. who has taken the charge at standing up against this corruption and this wanton gluttony that has taken hold, consumerism that has taken hold of not just our nation, but of the world. And I promise you, if we stick with this, we're not going to be alone in this. People across the world are still paying attention, very close attention, to what's happening here in America right now. And, sorry. They're paying very close attention to what's happening now because they're also in the same boat, and many of them are in a worse situation than we're in. And they want to know how we're going to handle it, if we're going to work together to get all the people. Because it's not just our politicians that are corrupt. It's not just our corporations that are greedy. It's not just our billionaires that are buying candidates. They're all across the world. So there's a lot of people oppressed that have been betrayed by the people that they entrusted with their lives and their livelihoods, that want to know, how can we fix it? How can we stop it? The only way that's going to happen is if all these separate special interest groups out there actually get together and join forces. And that still has to start at the grassroots, local levels.
I'm wondering how to talk to women about Bernie Sanders, because I know a lot of women that are gonna vote for Hillary just because she's a woman. And I think there's gonna be a lot of Republican women that vote for Hillary just because she's a woman.
You know what? Have a little more faith in my sister's
I'm just
nation.
saying.
I think.
Have a little more faith.
How do I approach that when some woman comes up to me and says, sorry dude, I'm tired of you men in office, it's time for a woman.
What, you know what I say? You say, do you know Bernie Sanders? If they say no, you say, find out who he
You need to say, would
is.
you elect a woman simply for the sake of having a woman, or does what she believes matters?
I'm gonna run into a lot of this.
What she just said,
Because I'm all for having a woman president, but not at
Not
the
if she's
sake
not on
of
the right
women
side of
being-
things,
We're all talking the fire here, folks, okay?
And we need,
I'm gonna run into women that are gonna be very determined to vote for Hillary
Okay,
because
so
she's
that's,
a
I'll put
woman.
that on my list too. Some sort of comparison of Hillary policies, Hillary ideas.
we've got some available that we can link
As
to.
far as gender goes, and we gotta be specific when we talk about those issues, what is he doing for women?
I think it'd be good, and I'll work on that some, and maybe get, send you
Well,
something
his
to
big
post.
point
Also,
is
be
this.
happy to.
Hey, there we
Absolutely.
go. There you
Every
go.
person that wants help advertising events throughout the community, let us know. There's the one group, yes, we did have to block them from because we were being abused and we were being bullied because we did not agree with how they had been operating and the lack of integrity that was being exhibited. And so it has unfortunately confused a lot of people.
I think there's gonna be good statements out there, data, and, I think I need a project, so that's.
Please do, yes.
Pull out and look and say, and then I send you something and say, here's something to post that is a, kind of a position paper and.
Like, so you would be putting together like a comparison of Bernie versus
Right.
A
Hillary.
voting record
Maybe
thing
not
or-
just on women's rights, but on everything, okay? So how do they
Not
compare on
everything.
war?
Yes,
Well,
yes,
no, what I'm
yes.
saying, but on different issues.
This is
Like, how do they
the
compare on
gender
their,
race.
how did each vote for the different wars? How do you,
And what specifically, that's one of the things Bernie's so good at, he's always say something specific, like,
he's so.
we need 12 weeks of family leave, we need
Yeah.
this, we
Yep.
need
The
that.
hard part is finding the specifics on Hillary.
But
in that
that'll,
case,
she's not very good at that.
She's big.
Right, yeah.
She is
Well,
very good.
That's
at
gonna be
that.
her downfall though,
I think it will be.
because Bernie is not vague.
I
He's
watched
very,
the
very
tweet for,
clear.
remember it was one of my friends for like the fifth time last night, but I made him watch it, and he was like, oh, this is Bernie, why do you really say
He actually answers the questions that he's asked. He doesn't tiptoe around them and try to change the subject.
Did you watch him with, one of the, Jackson?
There's groups
I'll send
popping
you-
up. We've got Republicans for Bernie Sanders right now.
I love
groups that are popping up everywhere.
Yeah, it's the
So
wrong policy.
he is appealing across party lines. We are getting rid of party lines. We are no longer having the corruption at the rate that it's going.
Michelle
It's-
Obama. That's what it was.
It has to be all, yeah, it has to.
Did you see it? She just,
I think one of the great things, I think what I'm hoping for anyway, is that to take that whole gender thing away and saying, well, Hillary is a woman, we should vote for her because she's a woman, blah, 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 like they did with a lot of people did with Obama, well, he's black, we're gonna vote for him, he's black, just to make history. But I'm hoping that Bernie, when he announces his running mate, I'm hoping he gets at least Elizabeth Warren.
No, we need,
that
no,
was the dream.
we need Elizabeth right where she's at, and that's something
And
And
that
that's something
Bernie,
she has said a lot too, is that she's happy where she's at.
I like your
Well,
idea,
and
though.
she can-
Before
she
you
can be
interrupt,
the
I like
most-
your idea.
Well,
she could be the
that's-
most useful to the people where she's at, like, she can actually help us there more than she could help him as a running mate, or help our country as a running mate. We need her right where she is. And she's herself is endorsing Bernie because of that.
Oh, she hasn't come out yet.
Actually, she did.
She has.
Did this one
Yeah.
officially?
She has.
Oh, well, that's news to me. Give us this one.
It was-
Oh, I'm
Well,
sorry. Okay, you guys are ahead of me by
See,
like 6 hours
It's
here.
very important
Excuse me.
before we make statements like that, but before you make any statements like that, this is what we're running into. You need to fact check it first. Don't make any decisions until you've actually done your due
What statement
diligence
are you talking
to
about?
find out what you know.
What were you statement were you gonna
Well, just don't,
Did I make a statement
Please
that was
don't.
outlined?
no, just it wasn't accurate.
What, about what?
Did she have?
Oh, but I didn't know that, 6 whole hours. Now, come on, give me a break, you guys. Really?
I'm just
You're my
saying,
ball for 6 hours?
that's what's wrong, that's what they
Fine.
want. They want people to be confused and not have all the information. So we're gonna counter that and make sure that everyone is getting all of the most accurate and current information the second it becomes available to everybody, not just certain people. This movement belongs to everybody. It doesn't belong to any one group of organizers. It doesn't belong to any one special interest group. It belongs to everybody to do this however they see fit, as long as they aren't, and quoting Bernie's people, as long as you're not breaking the law and you're not actively compromising our efforts, have fun, knock yourselves out, go do it. And if you have questions, let us know. If we don't know the answers, we'll help you find the answers. But we need to start doing our own due diligence throughout our communities. And we need to find this information out. If somebody doesn't know something, help them find out. If you know the answer, answer. If you don't know the answer, say, hey, let me find out and get back to you. I'll get you that answer as soon as we possibly can. And we do have people that are in contact with the Bernie Sanders National Headquarters on a regular basis, working with our efforts that are separate from the folks that have been coming in from other communities trying to tell us how to do things in our own community.
Well,
We already have people on it that are
well,
working.
this whole thing around Elizabeth Warren is a good example. Now, if we all have been in contact, if I would have been talking to you or you on some personal level, either via Facebook or I would have known that, and I would have made myself look
Right.
like an idiot here today.
So do we have a social
I
media
didn't,
page?
you're not making
Do we
yourself,
have
you're
a-
passionate, you're
Do we
not
have
an
a
idiot,
social
you're
media
passionate.
page for this specific group?
Everybody's contributions are relevant and are valued and
Because that's the social media.
Do we have a social media page for this specific group that we can
Yes.
say,
yes.
this is where, if we're linked on Facebook,
Yes.
you go to this meeting, we're all gonna put all that information on Facebook on
Yes.
this page.
I wasn't able to print you out all the information sheets today, but if you give me your email address, I will make sure you have all the contact information that you could
As
possibly
far
need.
as for this group, that's gonna be actively involved, we
It
should
is.
definitely do the Google Docs thing.
Yes.
That way, if one of us makes a flyer, everybody wants to print it out,
Yep.
we'll go.
That's
get
what
on Google
these,
Docs and print
that's
out
what
our
these
flyer,
are. These
yeah.
are available in color for anyone to print out and take anywhere they want. We're gonna be,
And that's for today.
this is for today, but you know what, it's real easy to just, for now, until I change the date online. And some of these events are already available that you can print out. But for flyers like this, we're gonna have like a template for people, and then whatever, people can change whatever they need to change. But we'll just change the date from Sunday, June 14th to Sunday, June 21st. So it's gonna be every Sunday, and we're gonna add that to this. Today was just hi, my name's Keely, and I'm here helping you guys however I can.
Did you guys want
Help
to
me get the word out, and that's what today is all about. And then we have all this information, all the links to the different websites, all the different Missoula for Bernie Sanders at gmail.com, Missoula for Bernie at yahoo.com, and people, we're going to have people who admin those as well, and we'll respond to emails that come in. And we're asking for volunteers to help with the social media and help us, editors and contributors and admins for all the different pages. We're not advocating everyone merging Facebook pages. We're advocating hundreds and thousands of more Facebook pages coming up under the same common goal and the same common vision and mission for what we and what Bernie and his team and his family are trying to do for us and he knows that.
You know, I just looked up and Elizabeth Warren endorses Sanders and she has not.
Yes.
Really?
She
She may not have issued an official statement, but she has gone on record with the media.
She said she
She
was.
kinda gave her her
She
supporters.
said she was, you know, impressed with him, but she doesn't endorse him. I think that's a different.
She hasn't, no, there's no, it's too, everything is so premature right now for that kind of stuff. Right now, the only thing we need to do, we need to make sure people know who Bernie is, that he's out here, that he is the only person in Washington DC who is and has been fighting for them for his entire political career. And so, and then let them know what the issues he's running are. We're gonna have different speakers that are experts within the different issues and programs that he's running on, the agenda that he's running on. We will have people who know exactly what's going on with each of those, coming in and talking with people who want to know about the issues. People have a right to know that there is an honest politician still out there, and he is actually trying to fix the damage that we've allowed to happen. And we're just a great big support network is all.
I think we have a copy of all the legislators elected from Missoula to the legislature. I've got lots more, and I don't know where I put them, but you definitely.
I'll take one.
I'll get you next.
Okay, I'm gonna look at my card, I think I better give you my
I
card.
didn't want one of these for a while.
And then, you know what, I bet that is also, that information is also available online. So we can get you a link to whatever's in the book is most likely online somewhere. So we'll make sure people get links. And that's what we're doing. We're saying, if you have questions, ask. Please don't be afraid. We're gonna put up a suggestion, question, comment box at every single meeting so that people who have questions or issues or concerns that they don't feel comfortable airing in such a public forum, they can put those questions in a box, and then we will, at the end of whatever our meetings are, we'll pull those questions out so people still get the answers they need without feeling, because I have extreme social anxiety. Sitting here today, I was pretty sure I was gonna throw up or pass out before I got here, or maybe both, I don't know.
All very well.
I'm so outside of my comfort zone, but you know what? We need to get outside of our comfort zones for the sake of our children and for the sake of our planet and all the living things on this planet that are depending on us to take care of them, not continue to allow things to be destroyed. It's gotta stop. We have too many renewable resources available to us in this world. There is no excuse at all, except for greed, to continue depleting our planet of its natural resources. Fracking has been causing all these earthquakes. There's no question that this greed is killing our planet, and we have to stop it now. And they will do anything in their power to keep us preoccupied with ISIS, with this, with that, whatever it takes to keep our attention anywhere but where it needs to be right now. And so we're all getting together and helping people focus, make informed decisions, learning what is really going on out here that they don't know, because it's all been done in the dark. And we're saying, you know what, we're doing things in the light from now on. Any information that's available to me, I will share with you guys, because that's the only way this can work. If you need answers, if I don't have them, I'll tell you I don't have them. I won't make something up and blow smoke. I'll find out for you. Yes?
Are you the person that responds when somebody asks a question in the Montana or Sanders headquarters?
With the Montana one?
Yeah, with the HQ. Is it the big HQ?
The Missoula
big one,
HQ?
the Missoula HQ? Is that the one you want?
Guilty.
Alright, that's the one I do want.
Guilty, yes.
Well, now I know how to contact.
I am the culprit
Good,
behind
good. Alright.
Montana for Bernie Sanders, the People's Movement, Missoula headquarters.
Okay.
That is the Facebook page that I created, and that is why I'm here and what I'm here to do, is to just help my neighbors stay fully, accurately informed so that they can move forward within the communities however they see fit. You don't need permission from anyone in Helena or Bozeman to do whatever you want. If you're not sure if it might possibly, because it could be controversial, and you want to make sure you're not going to compromise the movement or Bernie's campaign, ask. We have forums that we've been creating all over the nation where people from different states are open. It's public forums. Go in and say, hey guys, has anyone else run into this situation? How did you deal with it? Hey guys, I need help planning something. Is there anyone in my area that can help me plan something? That's what we're doing. And we're making sure that you guys have unbiased, non-egomaniacally. I'm sorry, we're trying really hard to stay on the high road when these guys are definitely not anywhere near taking the high road. And it will hunt.
Why would there be any disputes between Bozeman and Missoula?
People think that there's a group of people that a little prematurely jumped at the opportunity to be a self-appointed official representatives of the Bernie Sanders campaign, and they're not, and that is inaccurate, and it's not true. And that's again that Steve left. He was here because he's privy to some, but he's only been privy to one side of the information. And we're happy to share the fact, yes, we have been bullied, we've been harassed, we've been threatened by some of the same people that we helped start their Heidi Wendell, those folks out of Helena and Bozeman. She created all their forms, all their documents, the Facebook pages. She helped them with all of that get started. But when she voiced some concerns about the way that they were operating and not wanting to get all of the information out to people, they ousted her basically and have been bullying her because she has been still helping us here in Missoula and helping many people throughout the nation organize as well. She's one of the people that helped, I don't know if you guys are familiar with TPP, TAA, Fast Track, all that. She's one of the people, she is probably one of the leading people in the nation who sends out all that information that you're reading on Facebook about TPP and TAA and Fast Track. She's huge to that campaign, and it's a nationwide effort. And we are so lucky to have someone like her helping us here in Montana organize together. And these folks have been divisive in their actions. That, you know, things happen in public that people want you to see. You're going to see what they want you to see. And then there's what's really happening that you're not being made privy to. And we're saying, you know what? This is what's been happening, and we can prove it. And we could actually potentially, one of the gentlemen file some criminal charges because of his level of harassment of Heidi. And we want to work with those people because, like I said, no one group's contributions are any less valuable than another's. And I think that people have just gotten a little off track. They haven't really realized the vision of what's going on right now, what we're trying to do. They've just been more concerned with posturing and saying, I'm in charge, it's me. And just because you self-appoint yourself, just because you say you're something, it doesn't make it so. So I'm encouraging people to do their due diligence, find out whatever information is out there.
I think the Bernie Sanders campaign in Montana is going to shake itself out.
Yep, I sure do.
have a feeling that I'm going to get patient on this. I'm not going to get involved.
We want to work
I'm
with
going to discreetly ask questions of people here and there.
Yes.
Believe me, I'm going to try to dig up as much information as I can. However, I'm more concerned about the state Democratic Party and the county Democratic Party. And we're going to get together. But I don't
give
I'm
them an opinion right now.
I'm hard-carrying Democrat, but in this case, I don't trust them.
Until Bernie.
Did you know what I said? That I was interrupted? I mean, I'm really concerned about the Democratic Party and I think we have to start making policy. We need to start interacting with those people.
Absolutely, but we are. And there's
But we are, okay.
there's quite a few that are Democrats for Bernie. We've got Republicans for Bernie.
Right.
We've got
Sure.
but right now what people need to realize is don't donate not one red cent to these Democratic parties.
No.
Yeah, they may say that they're supporting Bernie, but they're gonna support whoever gets the Democratic nomination.
My question. I'm talking specifically about the Montana State Democratic Party and
They can try.
Focus on your events, your
Every
programs.
minority group had four things. First, they what? They look at you, they laugh at you, you do this, and the last one is that they surrender to you.
Eventually, they
This
give
is a
up.
grassroots thing. We don't tell them not to be Democrats. We just say, why don't you follow the ideals of the Democrats?
There's a stigma attached to the word activist, to the point where I guess I am apparently an activist. I wasn't aware of it.
That's a great word.
But you know what? There is stigma attached to that. Only wackadoos are activists, really? Oh, pot
And see
smoking,
where-
acid dropping.
See where it's led us in this country today?
It is time to shake things up from the local levels. We are gonna start identifying leaders from our communities and asking them, hey, will you run if we nominate you? Will you represent our community and our interests? Those are the people we need.
Okay, now, the way that this works is, at some point in this process, we're gonna be electing delegates for Bernie to go to the Democratic Party to get him elected. That's how it's gonna happen.
And it's
Sooner
gonna
or later
happen
down
through
the road.
Bernie
Okay,
Sanders.
now,
National.
I think we need to start making inroads into the Democratic Party right now. We need to be going to Democratic Party meetings as Bernie supporters and sitting there and talking about.
Are you willing to do that?
Absolutely.
All right, we'll do anything we can to
I
help
would
you.
love to go to Democratic
We'd be
Party.
happy to help
You
you
should
get the
make a list
information.
But I wanna know what I'm running into. I don't wanna go in there blind. I mean, this
Then
party
we'll
has
make
been
sure
here
you
for a
get
long
support.
time. This man knows what I'm talking about. He can tell me what's
We'll make
going
sure
on.
you get the support you need, but
Yeah,
you
okay.
if that's what you want,
There's no
you need to do
meetings.
it.
They're not gonna get you, no.
There's no picnics or nothing going on.
Well, there's a picnic, but there's a union picnic too.
Well, there you go.
See, we go to our own picnic.
Diane,
wherever we
Diane,
go.
keep power, keep the order, she's okay.
I got into a Patriot picnic one time in Park. I didn't realize it was a Tea Party picnic.
Bet you felt
But I had a
comfortable
lot of fun
there.
with these guys, but then all the union
Nice.
people ticketed us with signs saying that we weren't having a good time.
I'm sorry, you came in late, what's your name? Hi, Albert.
He signed up for it.
That's what we're doing, that's why we're here today.
There's
We're gonna
not one
help
on
get
him, never heard
his
name
name and his
that's
message out to the people of the community.
See, you don't have to keep,
Should we get your name in here?
don't put you're in, you might go ahead and.
Rally behind whoever and whatever issue you wanna rally behind.
How do they think of helping you guys?
Yeah.
You got a good thing to do with the kids this afternoon, I go to.
As far as I can tell,
It's
unknown here as well as unknown.
My little girl is the only reason I'm here today.
But on social media, he's like, oh, in Montana,
You got that you want to.
This is what I want to do.
Okay, well, you're gonna do it, but you're free to go ahead tonight. We're gonna have to keep here before 30.
Oh, no, this is totally this space will just always be open
I
to,
invested my afternoon into it, next time I'll bring the kids and they can hang out.
Hey,
It's
yeah.
good for them to hear it.
we're ready
this
for
is, cause we're doing this 3 years ago, folks.
it.
I honestly didn't give a crap what happened to this world. And I was so jaded and disgusted with what was going on around us, with what we had allowed to happen to our society, what we are currently allowing to continue to happen. I figured, whatever happens, we've got it coming. But then I got pregnant at 39 years old with my first one and only miracle child. And, people say having kids is a game changer, and that is the biggest understatement I've ever heard. Kids are absolutely a game changer, because now, whereas before I figured whatever was coming, we deserved it because we let this happen. We let it get this bad. Now I'm like, you know what? It's my responsibility to do everything in my power to try to fix what we've allowed to happen for her sake and for her children's sake. And
Trophy for you.
All right, people, I will be
All right, Michael.
flyering
good,
festivals and
you got it.
stuff throughout the summer,
You
and I'll
know
be
how to
coming
get
to
a hold
meetings.
of us, we know how to get a hold of you.
Yeah, I'm on the
Go
list.
do it, you got it.
Thanks, you guys.
you bet,
All
thank
right.
you.
Take no prisoners, failure is impossible.
I feel bad, I didn't.
That was Susan B. Anthony's motto. Failure is impossible. Okay.
That's what we're here for.
This is-
But we also need to concentrate on the issues.
Yes.
Yeah.
The other group doesn't want to concentrate on the
No.
issues.
They just want
But
to
the
focus
issues
on
are
fighting
part
for
of
rights.
the Bernie Sanders, yeah.
That seems a very efficient way to go about it.
They've been so busy posturing that they haven't really even had a chance yet to start doing any actual
Campaigning,
work.
well, we should focus not on them, but on the campaigning,
thank
so
you,
good
yes.
they fight
So
for
what
it,
we
but
wanna
us,
do is
what
we're-
events?
We're gonna start a GoFundMe site, some crowdfunding sites. These are things that we can do as private citizens to raise money. We are not restricted by campaign laws. Until we organize and claim to be some sort of a political anything, we're not restricted by
And
those
then
laws.
not to only say types of
Yes.
districts.
But we just want to make sure, so that we don't compromise so we don't compromise the efforts of Bernie and the movement. We just want to encourage people to use and I use the term loosely because it doesn't apply most. Use your common sense and your best judgment and make sure you save receipts and that you make everything that you're doing publicly available publicly. Make sure whatever information you become privy to, that everyone else is also able to become privy to. And we're in an age of communication. There's no reason for so many people to still be in the dark and ignorant of what's going on, except for the efforts of some very bad people that are making sure they stay in the dark. And we need to bring everything into the light for everybody so they can make
Good
informed
people don't
decisions.
do anything, bad people win. Okay.
Yeah, and one of the biggest things that quotes I guess that I live by is all it takes for evil to triumph in this world is for good people to do nothing. And there's been a lot of good people doing nothing for a really long
I
time.
can't make change.
Go out, you can't
I'm
do
just
anything.
one person. What I do doesn't matter. What I do can't possibly be, significant to the cause. That is so wrong. Every single person here is needed and valued and welcome.
Like gerbils.
And yeah.
Yeah.
But and people need to know all the information. So if they do want to rally behind an issue or a group or a person or whatever, a cause, they have all the information they need so they can make that informed decision. So they know who they want to trust. Because that's what we're rebuilding trust. We don't have trust anymore in the system. They don't deserve our trust.
Yard signs?
We I need some help. Now that I know that we are able to do some local fundraising efforts, let's get some money. We've got people that can get us banners and signs and that will get that printed out for us. We just need help paying for it. We've got a local guy here that was at the Helena meeting over at the Union Hall last week, Alex Blackler. He owns a print shop, a screen printing shop.
That'll help a lot.
Yes, and he's willing to do everything at cost. So just if we can bring in the materials or help pay for whatever, that's it.
So is there a public funding site for
Yes.
people who could go and say
Yes.
wanted help specifically
Yes.
pay for t-shirts,
Yep.
yard signs?
We'll set up for we need banners, so we'll put up a site specifically for we need banners. Okay, now we need art supplies.
Yeah.
We're gonna have wish lists. We're gonna have wish lists. People, if they want to contribute by giving us gift cards to Staples or to an art supply Michaels or something like that, that is awesome. That is contributing in a way that they could not possibly imagine how important just something that small to them is huge to what we're trying to do.
So as of right now, we're not expecting a campaign office or
I'm
Bernie Sanders, an official campaign office.
Nothing that, it's premature for anyone
I know
to,
it's over,
Yeah. so we are actively trying to find a space that we can have access 7 days a week. As long as people are willing to come and go and help man it.
And then you turn it into an actual campaign.
Yes. Once he makes it through the primaries,
So
we
if
really
we
know
would
what's.
say find some possible, somebody who say owned this
Yes,
space that
yes.
they might.
I've actually put out a Craigslist ad, all over Craigslist, letting people, and actually I've gotten some pretty nasty emails as a result. There's a lot of people that are resisting change. People are afraid of change. We're creatures of habit. And so I've had people say, knock this off, this bullshit's gonna start a civil war. You know what, we need to shake things up a little bit. Maybe this country needs a good ground war.
No,
Just
it's
kidding.
not, well, that's the thing. If you can't change it from within the system,
Yeah.
eventually it will be a bloody revolution.
Yeah.
We really can't afford that.
And we are
So
trying
We need
to-
Bernie's political revolution.
And we are trying to do, people are like, why is he running as a Democrat? Because sometimes you have to play the game by their
Because he
rules.
understands there's no way as an independent
Yes.
he can get elected.
Yes, but we are actively gonna we're trying, we wanna rewrite our constitution, so it applies to the world that we live in now, not 150 or 200 years ago when that stuff was going on then. Our world, technology, everything has changed so much. There are so many obsolete, archaic, ridiculous laws still on the books that don't even need to be there. We're gonna keep what has been working for us. We're gonna see what's been working for other people and maybe adopt some of Denmark's solutions, some of Switzerland's. But the one thing we have to concentrate on most is stop allowing our planet to be actively destroyed. We need to force them to begin the change, the switch to renewable
So we
resources
need to stop
yesterday.
arguing about whether or not it's going on and
Yeah.
start listening.
Stop talking about it and do it. Put your money where your mouth is. Get out there and do it. And that's what we're asking people to do. And that's why I'm here. I every time I leave my gate is a leap of faith for me. I have some anxiety issues. I am so outside my comfort zone today, but I'm here because of that little girl right over there. That's why I'm willing to step outside of my comfort
She's
zone.
running away.
I'm taking
Yeah, one escaping her.
That's the one.
Yes.
If, no, I didn't talk about this, and I was waiting for him to say something. If Hillary does win the primary,
He's still gonna run.
independent, right?
He'll go back to
Still going
as long as we
He's voting.
No, because she is the lesser of two evils.
yeah.
You know, if you,
So we can.
I think
We can
should
still
approach
usurp it.
in the same
People
way
can still
I
usurp
have heard him personally approach it. He was asked by Katie Couric, so if Hillary was nomination, are you interested in being his vice president? He said, well, if I win the nomination, is she interested in being mine?
Yeah,
That was how so instead of worrying about what happens if he doesn't get elected or doesn't get nominated, we need to focus right now on getting him nominated, and then we don't have to worry about it